Hey guys. Hey everyone here. Hey guys. Hey everyone on Periscope. How are you guys doing this afternoon? All of my followers and Facebook friends, how are you guys doing? It is episode 11 of Speak Easy. Those who are catching this via the replay, I thank you so much. For those coming in, please let me know in the comments if you can hear and see me clearly. I know it's like a little different on each side. Hey Thea. It's a little different on every. Hear me and see me clearly? Good. Great. How about over on Facebook? Can you hear me and see me clearly? Because I want to make sure you guys hear this, what I have to say today. Hey, Carol. And so, hey, Psalmist Corinne, how are you doing? Thank you for sharing, sis. So, literally, those who are catching this via the replay, thank you for catching the replay. bit.ly/love my voice, coupon code speak up. You guys can get a copy of my second book, Define Your Voice. But I'm coming to you guys for episode 11 already of Speak Easy, where I come to you and I give you the behind the scenes of what it means to be, not a problem, what it means to be a public speaker, what it means to be an author. Good afternoon. And all of the humdrum stuff behind the scenes, the things that people don't want to talk about, the things that people don't really want to shed a light on. And today we're going to talk about bios and blogs. And this whole idea of to blog, not to blog, do vlogs, don't do vlogs, and your bio and how important your bio is. Hey Robert, thanks for sharing, Deborah. And so how important your bio is. For those who do not know, I am Altavice Pelzer. I am the voice coach, not a voice coach, but the voice coach. I come to you as a motivational speaker, certified life coach, and Amazon best-selling author. I currently have 5 books on Amazon with another at least 10 that will be there before the end of the year. So, I love to write, but when writing bios and blogs, oh my goodness, that part. So let's be honest. As a speaker, you should have people should be able to find you on different platforms. You want to have a presence. It's called your social presence. I know, right? It's called your social presence. You want to have a presence on social media. Does that mean that you're just going and posting random stuff all the time? Nah. Does that mean that I'm going and I'm posting cat videos? Nah. So as a speaker, what does it mean to have a blog for a speaker? As a speaker, you should be talking about in your blog, hey Michael, listen, oh no. So Facebook is doing its own thing. That's all right. So as a speaker, you should have a blog or a video library talking to your audience. Literally, that's all a blog is. A blog, a vlog, that's all it is. It's you talking to your audience. Hey Shane, hey. Thank you for sharing. You're literally talking to your audience. You're telling them, again, I always beat it in your head, guys. Hey Kathy, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve. Those 3 things. Love you, Shane. Hey Mercy. Those 3 things should always ring true every time somebody sees you on any social media platform. Who you are, who you serve, and how you serve. And if you're not showing that part of you, then guess what? It's going to be very difficult for people to want to get you to be on their platform. Why would they want to if they don't know who you are, who you serve, and how you serve? And so what does that really mean? That means that a blog, a vlog, doing video, right now video is very important. Do I like doing video? No. Do I like coming on Periscope all the time? No. Do I like dealing with trolls? Sometimes, because I like laughing at them and making fun of them. But for the most part, no. So you got to think, when we think about ourselves as we are the brand, remember, we're the brand. As a speaker, you are the brand. As an author, you are the brand. As the brand, guess what? My brand needs to be everywhere where my clients or potential customer can see my brand. Does that mean that I should be writing a blog? Possibly. But for some, not always. It doesn't mean that you have to write it all. For some, you can go live every day and do a video, and that's a vlog. It's all it is a video log. That's it. That's it. Hey Cortez, thank you for joining. And so literally, some of us really think that people are just going to find us by happenstance. We all have that idea in our head that we're going to be Tyrese and we're going to do a Coca-Cola commercial and then we're going to get a record deal. It doesn't work like that. Although we wish it would. It doesn't work like that. So there's some work that needs to be done. Now, I know for me personally, blogs are like I love writing, as you can tell with me having 5 books on Amazon, which is why I told you that in the beginning. But writing a blog is always so difficult for me. Why? Because I got to sit down, I got to make time to write it out, I got to think about what topic I'm going to write about. For most of the time, hey Aubrey, for the most part, I literally struggled with doing a blog. I did. I also don't like emails, but that's a whole other situation. Hey Janet, that's a whole other situation. But so doing a blog, all it does is it extends your reach. For so many different people, you think that a blog has to be like 1,000 words. It doesn't. People think that a blog has to be like this long dissertation. It doesn't. It doesn't even have to be perfect. It can be a couple paragraphs. It can be a video. It can be just something short, a short story. You can do it once a week. I would say the minimum for a blog, if you want it to be effective, hey Janet, is to do it once a week, at least. If you want it to be effective in reaching your target audience, at least once a week. But that also means that you also need to be promoting it. You also need to be talking about it. Something that I love with WordPress, although there's other blogging outlets out there. Hello. There's other blogging outlets out there. I use WordPress. The reason I use WordPress is because literally when I finish the blog, it goes to my Google Plus, it goes to LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Google Plus, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Yeah, I think those are the 4. Hello. It goes to those 4. So as a speaker, who wouldn't want their reach to go that far? Because guess what? Facebook has an option for you to do notes, which is basically a blog on Facebook. LinkedIn has an option for you to do blogs. Guess what? If they have the option there, it's because people know not the purpose. People know the reach that it can have by doing a blog. People know exactly what it can do for your brand and your business by doing a blog. And so even though I don't like doing a blog, because it's kind of time consuming, it is, but I know that doing it again extends my reach. It gets to a whole nother demographic. But this is the thing. This is the little secret sauce stuff. Sometimes the reason why some of you are so like, when it comes to blogging is because you think you have to come up with a whole new topic. You have to come up with more content. Oh, you dread doing the videos because what am I going to talk about? Well, what does your audience want to hear? When you're a speaker, what do you talk about? It's no different. So the same content that you would use for a blog is the same content you would use when you go and speak. It's no different. And so that's that part that people forget about. They forget that I can use content across the board and it not get old. Hey Delvin, and it not get old, it not get stagnant, it not get none of the above. But you just have to realize that guess what? A blog is necessary. Hey bro, if all you're doing is just posting on social media, you're missing a vital part of your business strategy. And guess what? Again, We are the brand. As a motivational speaker, as an author, you are the brand. So you need to have a business plan. You need to have a marketing plan. A blog is a part of that marketing plan. And so I really had to look at it as that. If this is a part of my marketing plan, then I have to make time to do it. I can't put it off. Hey sis, I have to make time to do it. I can't put it off. And so if if I'm saying that I don't have the time, then I'm saying that I don't have the time to build my business. I know that was an ouch. I know, I understand. But the reality is this. I'm either going to work towards getting my business 100% and have it running smoothly, have people wanting to connect with me and inboxing me. Oh my God, the inboxes. Or am I not going to let it run smoothly? Am I not going to put it in a position where people can find me on multiple platforms? So even though it's kind of, there's ways around it. That's what I teach those who are in my speaking classes. There's ways around not having to physically write a blog each and every time. There's things that you can do to create and do your blog. Hey, Shannon. But that's in the class. But you do need a blog. You need one. I'm trying to tell you. Even if you go on there and put one paragraph in a video, you still need to make sure that people know who you are. Again, people buy from who they know, like, and trust. And guess what? They want to know who you are, who you serve, and how you serve. Thank you for sharing, Deidre. Yeah, hey, how are you doing, sis? And they want to know this information from you. So as a speaker, a blog is necessary. Put that in the comments. Blog is necessary. Even if that means that your blog is a video blog, a vlog, and you're going live on YouTube every day, or you're going live on Facebook every day, and you're keeping that content, it's still important, and then you can reuse the content. A blog is necessary, right? A blog is necessary. If you're going to be a successful speaker, a blog is necessary. If you look at some of the speakers that are out now, even those who are speaking and their platform is business. If you look at Gary Vee has a podcast. Listen, Gary Vee has a podcast. Gary Vee has his audio, that's the audio, is the podcast. He has his visuals that he does, meaning he goes live on Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope. He also has his stuff that he does on Snapchat. He's on multiple platforms. There's hardly any platform that you find him on that you look at that he's not a part of. And he's on Twitter. He's on Twitter. So, that's where he got his start. So he's always on Twitter. And he looks for engagement. Listen. Right? Michael said he's scared to say it because the cliff pusher is trying to make you accountable for your comments. I know, right? Listen, we got things to do. We taking it to the next level. He gonna say, I agree with Deidre. We're taking it to the next level. So a blog is necessary. It's a part of who you are. All Gary Vee's posts that he does, you see blogs from him on LinkedIn. Same thing with Grant Cardone. You see, hey David, you see messages and blogs from him on LinkedIn and on different platforms. A blog is necessary. There's no way that you can say that you are a speaker and a credible one if people do not see who you are, who you serve, and how you serve. There's no way. There's no way. And so, again, it's saying that I have to put it into my, I don't always like it, but I have to put it into my routine for the week to make sure I'm blogging at least once a week. And that blog should be it should be relevant to my topic that I talk about. The same way that y'all know, especially those in my classes, they know the same way that your social media should be the same way. Who you are, who you serve, how you serve. If it's not, you're doing something wrong. Because guess what? This is the other reason why blogging is important. Guess what? If somebody Googles you, whatever you're working on consistently, whatever you're changing on a regular basis, that whole SEO, that is what comes up in Google. So guess what? If you're always adding stuff on your social media platforms and it's cat videos, that's what people are going to see. So if you're a speaker, good afternoon. If you're a speaker, then are you speaking about cats? Because when somebody comes to your social media site, that's what they're going to see. Another reason why the blog is important. If you're doing a blog a week, that makes it relevant. People are engaging with it as you share it out. People will follow you as you share it out. I've gotten more followers. There are communities on Facebook where you can put your information and people will follow your blog. Oh, what's afternoon here as well. People will follow you. They will want to know more about you. They'll follow your story, especially if your blog is just that. It's a story. Some of the most successful blogs have just been somebody telling a story. Literally telling their journey. Hey, Jacqueline. Somebody telling their journey. Somebody telling their information. Somebody literally telling, hey, I'm a mom and it's hard. That's been an amazing blog because there's other moms out there. And that's what people look for. So you definitely want to make sure that you are blogging. Blogging is important. We said it. Blogging is important. That's it. You just said it right there. You got to go after your audience. Because if you're not going to put in the work, then you will be doing local events forever. You will be doing events where you have to pay and you're not getting any ROI. We talked about that too. Are you getting a return on your investment? Hey, Sharon, are you getting a return on your investment? And so a blog is a great way for you to get a return on your investment. Every time you do that vlog, imagine it. Think about it like this. This is how I see it. If I do a blog and it connects me with one person that has me do an event and I get paid $1,000, then that half hour that it took me to write the blog was worth $1,000. When you put a number to it, it looks a whole lot different, don't it? When you put a number to it, it looks a whole lot different. Hey, Fatima, literally, if I do that blog post, right, it makes it look so much different. If I do that blog post and somebody calls me up and I do an interview, and with that interview, I sell 25 books, guess what? Was it worth it? Because they may not have found me on any other platform. So that 30 minutes was worth however much I would get back from selling 25 books. Exactly. A new perspective on blogging. Now, if you look at me and ask me the question, am I an excellent blogger? No, I am not. I'm quite sure that there are tips and tricks that I do not know. I'm quite sure that there are things that I haven't really come across just yet, or for whatever the reason, or that I might be doing wrong. But the reality of it is you got to get out there. You have to try it, because if you're not going to try it, and this is the other thing, you got to try it for one. Because if you're not going to try, then you never know the impact and the reach it will give you. Listen, right? You never know the impact it will give you if you never try it. But this is the other piece when it comes to blogging as an author or as a speaker. You got to stay consistent. So you really have to say, what can I do with my time that I have? How many blogs can I commit to per week? Because see, I started in the beginning several years ago. I've had my blog for a while. It's not a lot of blogs on there. I've had the blog for a while, though, years. And it was because in the beginning, I was like, yes, and I'm going to blog every day, or I'm going to blog 3 times a day, and that's going to be amazing. And then guess what happened? I got burned out. She said, ouch, ouch, ouch. I'm getting better, sis. I got burnt out because, for one, at that time, I hadn't defined my voice, which was my second book. If you go to bit.ly/press series, you can see all of the books that I have available. So number one is I had not defined my voice, truly defined my voice, which was why it was so daunting for me, because I was writing about stuff that I liked, but not necessarily stuff that I was passionate about. There you go. Exactly. I wasn't really writing about what I was passionate about. I wasn't really writing about what my heart, what I was wanting to speak about, what I could help with, where I knew had the most wisdom and knowledge. That wasn't what I was writing about. I was writing about business. And although I can talk about business for days, that's not where my heart is. And so it got daunting. Like, I don't want to talk about this. I did the same thing with a Blog Talk Radio show where I did like 11 episodes, but I was talking about business and entrepreneurship, but that wasn't my heart. Now, if you ask me how many interviews I've done, I've done a ton of them, because now I'm talking about my passion. And so now I love doing interviews. Now, that's where we go to the other part of what the title said, which was the bios. Now, of course, we got the blog posts. We were talking about how important they are. Blogs are necessary. Blogs are necessary. I need y'all to take that with you throughout the week. Blogs are necessary. But bios, your bio, listen, some of y'all have not updated your bio since forever ago. You wrote a bio and you use that same bio over and over and over again. You don't have multiple bios for different opportunities. You don't have different bio. Listen, right? I did the same thing. I did the same thing. You don't have bios for different opportunities. You don't have bios that talk about updated stuff that you've done. You don't have a short bio and a long bio. Listen, as a speaker, you should have multiple bios. And I can tell you, for me, it was because for the longest time, I didn't like talking about me. Like trying to talk about yourself and say what's good about you and what you've done. You try to be humble when you're writing a bio, right? And I mean, it's the truth. You want to be humble when you're writing a bio. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm the best in the world. Yes, yes. Look at me. Look at me. But in reality, that's what a bio is. Hey, Tiara. In reality, that's what a bio is. It's like, hey, look at me. Hey, I spoke there. I did that. Hey, I did it. I did it. Listen, you said you do storm, but you can still do a bio. Because guess what? Do you go live? Is that on your bio? Have you spoken at any events? Right? Tiara said, what did I just come in on? Have you spoken at any events? That should be on your bio. What's your favorite topic to talk about? And why is it your favorite topic? That can be on your bio. We have gotten into this humdrum. And a lot of it is because we've worked jobs where, guess what? We've worked jobs and they tell you exactly what you should. They give you an application. They don't really look at your resume too much except for when they're doing the interview. But they give you an application because they want to know exactly X, Y, and Z from you. Really? You better go ahead. They want to know X, Y, and Z from you, and they don't want to know nothing else. Like, it's funny because when I would do interviews, one of my favorite interview questions is, how is customer service like apple pie? And people would look at me and go, what? And you would have some that would laugh, but I would always get different responses. Because guess what? Not everybody likes apple pie. Not everybody knows how to cook apple pie. Listen, you better go ahead. I know that's right. Not everybody looks at apple pie the same way. But that was why I asked the question. When you look at a question, literally, jobs want you to be drones. So they literally have a list of the questions they want you to ask. They have a list of, and we've all asked the same questions and answered the same questions over and over again. It becomes very humdrum when it comes to interviewing people and going to interviews. It's horrific, horrible. But that was one of the questions that I would always ask, is, how is customer service like apple pie? And it always got a different answer. I never got the same answer. Never. In all the interviews that I have done. In working over 10 years of management, I've never gotten the same answer. Because I don't want to hear what you tell everybody else when you go to an interview. I don't want to hear what you tell everybody else. Listen, we've gotten it rehearsed. How many people know? Listen, let's be honest. When I was applying for jobs, I got it rehearsed down packed. What was your best customer service experience? What was your worst customer service experience? Guys, really? What was the time you went above and beyond? We all know the questions, right? Y'all can put me in the comments if you knew the questions by heart. We know the questions by heart. I don't want you to do something rehearsed. I want you to think. Listen. You said not you, you're clueless. Look, Sharon just said a whole different one. She said customer service is sweet like apple pie. Listen, but everybody's experience is going to be different. So your bio should be a representation of you and each experience that you would come across. Meaning, is it an interview? Do they need just a 100-word bio? Do they need a full-page bio? Is it a speaking event? Every bio that you have should be different. Hey, Steven. Hey, Perk Teeter. Every bio that you have should be different. Sharon said, well, it should be sweet. Yeah, it should. Customer service should be sweet like apple pie. Good afternoon. It should be. I know that's right. You said they won't let you. Listen, I don't want to go back. But so when we write our bios, are we writing something humdrum simply because we're stuck in that mindset of, you know, this is how it's supposed to sound? Or this is the other thing that we do, guys. We go, this is how everybody else's bio sounds, so this is how mine is going to sound. And so I have wrote a pitch. Where was it? Now watch me not find it just because I'm looking for it. But I had wrote like this little short pitch because I had listened to what somebody was saying when they were talking about the pitch. So Cortez asked where to start a bio. If you go to wordpress.com, you can start a bio for free. Blogger is another way. Hey, Joyce. Blogger is another way that you can go and start a bio for free. I think it's free on Blogger, right? Blogger.com. Now, for a bio, your bio is just a paragraph about who you are. Who you are, some things that you've done. I wrote this really good one though, and y'all know I got notebooks for days. But it was like a really good pitch, and it was like fire. Like fire shot up in my bones. No. Y'all know I'm silly. But this bio was amazing. Amazing, amazing. This little small pitch. And of course, I am not going to find it. Just because I want it right now, I'm not going to find it. But think about your bio. What have you put in your bio? Have you put the thing? This is the other thing. Some of y'all put stuff in your bio that y'all did when y'all was in high school. Stop that. You're not in high school no more. Stop that. You're not in high school no more. I know that was an ouch. I apologize ahead of time. But stop that. You're not in high school no more. Okay? Okay. I don't know what I did with it, but if I find it later on, I'll go ahead and I'll post it. I'll definitely post it. Right? Exactly. Exactly. Some of y'all is literally y'all writing out stuff that y'all don't do, or you say no pitch takes. You writing out stuff that you don't do. You writing out stuff that ain't got nothing to do with you as a speaker. You writing out stuff because you think it's going to sound good. So that's why you wrote it down. Guys. Guys, that is not how this works. That's not how any of this works. It's not. And so as a speaker, you really need to look at your pitch. You really need to look at your blogs. You really need to look at your bio. You do. Oh, see you. Blessings and stay safe. Wow, why did I yell like you could hear me better if I yelled? Don't judge. Don't judge. Yeah, I don't know what I did with it. Like, I wrote it out. Wait. Oh, I found it. Oh, she bad. Okay. You ready? Okay. So this was like a short pitch. A short pitch. Tell me what you think. Now be honest. Listen, be honest. Oh, it just depends on what platforms you're on and who you connect with. Networking is very key in it, Cortez. Yeah, hey Deetra, networking is very key in becoming a paid speaker. Networking. You gotta network. And so listen, okay. Raised by a single mother, I am the oldest of 5. Shy girl with the glasses when I wore them that hid the story of her molestation behind being a people pleaser. Didn't define my voice until the age of 35. I finally made everything I had hidden away a reality when I told my oldest daughter that I had been molested while in an emotional discussion about trust. I had broken the box holding my voice hostage, and I've been using my voice ever since. Boom. What does that sound like? How does that sound? You tell me. Hey, sis. What does that sound like? You tell me. I'll wait. Does that sound like somebody you want to hear her talk on stage, or you want to interview her? Does that sound like somebody who, especially if you're talking about molestation, does that sound like, right? You said like a class. Does that sound like somebody who would literally, who you would be like, oh, wow. Okay, that was good. Yeah, I need to get her in on my show. I need to talk to her, right? Yeah, and it hasn't yet. So Cortez just asked a good question. He said, does this go on the back of my book? Guess what? It can. It hasn't. I was using a generic bio. Not generic. That's rude. Not generic. I was using the first bio that I was using. Watch me not find it. Oh, no, I got one right here. Hold on one second. I'm always getting up when I'm talking to y'all during Speakeasy for whatever the reason. And so I have 2 of my books available. right here. So, oh, it helps if it's the right side up. And so that's one book, and this is the other one. And if you do bit.ly/press series, you'll literally be able to see all my books that are available on Amazon. And so the one on my back of my book was from when I first, this is a year ago. Now this is from a year ago. Remember, this book was published last March. Wrong book. This book was published last March. Even the picture is an older picture. Published in March. That's this one. And then this book was published in June. Last June. And it says, meet Altavice Pelzer. Her journey began when God began healing her and her family after the molestation of her daughters. In a time when most would quit, she continued to fight through homelessness, pain, fear, and unexpected relocation for her and her children, and the death of her mother. It was in that moment that she realized that there is victory in your press, no matter what the circumstances. Not only is victory awaiting your arrival, but your press will influence someone else. She has been encouraging women and youth ever since. And from pain and fear, Altavice realized that there was peace in the presence of God. Find out more about Altavice, and it has, and the Keep Pressing movement, and it has my website. So that's another bio. That's another bio. Again, it still sounds like somebody you want to meet. Correct? It's telling you the stuff that I've been through. It still sounds like somebody you want to meet. It's definitely not, taking away from that. But a lot of times we look and we're just writing a bio just to write a bio. So we're saying all the humdrum stuff, and we talk about the accolades, and we talk about all of the awards and stuff, and that's great too. But people want to know you, again, who you are, who you serve, and how you serve. So when you heard my bio, hey, thanks for joining. When you heard my bio, did you hear who I was, who I served, and how I served? And that's why I said, that's something that I really drill into my clients and my students. You got to. And so, like I said, those are the two physical books that I have out. And then I have the third book is the Ripple Effect. The one that just released was the Butterfly Experience. That one is dealing with domestic violence and abuse. And every time I'm redoing my bio, you guys know that I just hosted an event in Indianapolis and spoke in Indianapolis, and then I just spoke in Philadelphia. I'm always adding this stuff to, my speaker sheet. I'm always adding this stuff to what I've been able to accomplish. Yes, but that little blurb, that little bio, those 7, 6, 8 sentences should really pop. You can make it funny. You can make it something that stands out. It does not have to be humdrum. Oh, the book can be any length. There are books on Amazon that literally are a page long. Yeah, your book can be any length. And so when you think about your bio, when you think about your pitch, I went live and talked about doing your pitch, and I did a part 1 of it and a part 2. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was last week, last Monday and Tuesday, I believe, or Tuesday and Wednesday, where I talked about, doing that perfect pitch. And a lot of us are scared to talk about ourselves. So we struggle with doing a pitch. We struggle with doing with writing a bio. We struggle with talking about ourselves. Oh, thanks, Sharon. A bunch of Amazon bestsellers. Yes, I'm excited. Super excited. So, it's a process. Oh, you're so welcome, Cortez. It's definitely a process. Cortez, you might want to get into our I have 2 classes coming up. One is Define Your Voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I try to be. I know sometimes it don't always come off as that. I try though. I try. If you go to bit.ly/today's voice, that is the newest class. Well, not newest. It's a class I've done before, but that's the class that's coming up, and it's helping you to define your voice. Sharon said, I don't struggle with talking about myself. I struggle with keeping quiet. That may be true too, because we don't want to make it too wordy either, right? We don't want a bio that's like, because let me tell you something. The best way for you to practice writing your bio, a killer bio, is write your bio for your Facebook page, for your social media sites. Y'all know that bio is small. That don't give you a whole lot of space. So you got to say something that's going to make people want to connect with you. You got to say something that's going to make people want to buy your product and services. That's what you got to do, that part. But also, Cortez, we have a weekly accountability call. So if you're looking for help on getting started, bit.ly/reactivate me. That's how you can get started. Or if you're looking for getting into the class for paid speakers, that next class starts in July. And that's bit.ly/live loud now. I'll put that one in the comments because I think that one would be really good for you. That one is a 3-week intensive that would help you with some of the questions that you asked today. It'll really set you on the path. It'll really set you on, it helps if I can spell. It'll set you on a path to being that paid speaker. So all of the stuff that we would normally think about, all of the stuff that we say we need or we think we need, because that's the other thing. The other thing is sometimes we think, especially when it comes to blogs and bios, we think that we need all of these different things for it to be something successful, and that's not necessarily the truth. And so we end up either not moving or moving slow because of our lack of knowledge. How many people know that's the truth? We end up not moving or moving slow because of our lack of knowledge. And so we really need to change what we've been talking about. We really need to change what is important and what's needed and necessary. And that's one of the reasons why I did the Speak Easy series, is because we really need to change these conversations. People are not talking about the behind the scenes. They want you to think that it all glitters and it's all gold and it's all glitz. They want you to think that they only hustled for 2 months and then they were this amazing speaker. They want you to think that everything is always goes completely perfect every time they speak at an event. That's not the case. And so that's why I come to you every day with the Speak Easy. I was going to say the Speak Easy podcast. I don't know about that yet. I don't know about that part yet. But I definitely want you guys to understand that it's doable. Don't think it's not doable. It definitely is. If you need to get on my phone and talk to me about it and see what the next course of action is for you to be that paid speaker, definitely connect with me. bit.ly/talk with Altavis. I want to say that's what it is. bit.ly/talk with Altavis to get on my calendar so that we can talk, we can connect, and that way, if you do need that one of those classes, we can talk about exactly what it is you need. That's one of the things I don't like as well. You have so many people that go live and they talk about, you need my class, you need my class. No, you may not need my class. You may need just accountability. That's why I have the weekly accountability call. You may just need that support. That's what the weekly accountability call is. Some of you need the beginning stages That's what the, the 3-week intensive is. That's what some of the classes are. It depends on what stage you're at. So if any time you ever come across somebody who's telling you, oh, you need my class, and they haven't had a conversation with you to find out what it is, where you are and what it is you really need, that's danger, Will Robinson, danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. So we definitely need to start looking out for that. I know right now that it's been a really big topic that there are coaches that are just doing all types of craziness. And, as coaches, we're getting a bad rap because people are like, oh, well, I was with such and such coach and, I paid them all this money and they didn't teach me anything. I was with this coach and I gave them all this money and the class didn't help me do anything. I didn't move forward. I get all of these different conversations, and it's crazy. It's crazy. So you got to be real careful out there. So I appreciate you guys. I thank you. Those, again, if you would like to get a free copy of my second book, bit.ly/love my voice, coupon code speak up. That's how you get a ebook copy. Oh, look, I done put everything everywhere now. That's how you get an ebook version of my second book, Define Your Voice. That is the process that I went through to define my voice in order for me to be as confident as I am now. It was a process. It was just that, a process. And it was not an easy one. It is a very easy read. I have some areas where you have to answer some questions in here because you really have to dig in deep. And it's not frills and butterflies book. It's definitely something where you have to do some thinking. And the class that accompanies this is the one that's starting soon, bit.ly/today's voice. And so I love you guys. I look forward to talking to you guys later. I'm going to try to come back this evening. I'm not sure. Y'all know them evening scopes be dangerous. It be treacherous in these internet streets at night. But I'm going to try to come back. So love you guys. Don't forget to press it out. And you guys have a great afternoon.